Hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Scalect Civil War. Where we left our newly found rebels and new leaders. They face off against, well, they've knocked unconscious the one who wanted to claim the throne and kill the clone. And then Charles and Nyx arrive not long after. But not with weapons in arms.
I love how the last thing in the chat is just Rax crossbow.
Yeah, that was understandable. Someone bursts through the door. Full plate. Kind of full plate and a helmet that has red glowing eyes and a billowing cloak. It does seem kind of menacing.
I forgot about the cloak of billowing.
It's great.
Your character is such a pretentious jackass.
That's the entire build, my boy.
I know for a fact this is what Bruce is going to devolve into.
Oh. Yeah, let's ask what the Pocket Fortune thinks.
Oh boy. Deep pity. Oh fuck, what was 20? Hold on, I think I put it on the device. No, it doesn't.
Oh, whoops. You know that?
Oh yeah, you also murdered the queen. And let the king go free?
Yeah, the king, we'll let him go free. He's going down the hidden corridor to whatever teleportation circle is. We killed the queen because we found out she's been a manipulative bitch and has been manipulating her husband this entire time via psionics.
Yep.
Alright, ask your question.
I don't know, I'm vibe checking. How do I feel about this fight?
Yeah, that's not how the pocket fortune works.
Like a magic,
Will I-
magic 8-ball.
Will I win?
Unfortunately for you, it's all sides point to yes.
Good.
I think the
Alright.
fortune's lying to you.
I don't know. Yeah, enough with that.
Oh, go ahead, Charles. You fronts in. Nyx also is unarmed. He is not a threat at the moment.
So he was right after all. I must say, your little game of who's going to sit in the chair has been much entertaining. Your little plot and scheming. But it ends now.
So what, you want the throne?
No, I don't want to have a mess with this broken kingdom.
Neither do we.
Then why do you care who's in charge?
Because I gave an oath. So did all of you. And you have broken that. And what does that make you? Your words cannot be trusted, each and everyone. And especially you, Alencia. You gave me my word you would help him. And yet you break not only your vow to him, but to me. After all we have given you, all we have done to take care of you, you break your word. Which I would have come to understand it was almost the most sacred thing you could give.
My oath is to the citizens.
And to be fair, Rakan never held up to his end of the deal with me, so I had no reason to, keep up with mine.
I will not have a kingdom run by someone who will make the same mistakes.
Same
I
mistakes.
apologize.
Alencia, do you even know what Rakan wanted? Do you remember the first meeting where he laid out his grand ambition to reform the kingdom? Do you even remember that?
I do. And so much has changed.
Really, has it? What has changed from the young, ambitious, but a princeling that could have become a great king if he was allowed to? Who even put you up to this madness? To break an oath you swore solemnly and so sacredly too.
I would watch your words and how you choose to handle yourself here, Charles. Last I checked, it was someone very close to your betrothed that asked us to ensure Rakan never touched the throne. So unless you want to start something you can't finish with your family, I would suggest you take a step back off of your high horse.
Really? Well, Rakan did say he had his worries about Nevera. Was it really Nevera that put you up to this?
Doesn't matter.
Have you ever paid attention on how Nevera has been acting over the last long while? When you actually have been spending time back at the keep? To say the least, she looks more than her father than Rakan ever did.
Funny. She's not the one who kept someone corrupted by one of his agents around. She's also not the one who kept Nostradamus alive after he had spent months in your previous master's domain killing off her followers and conducting experiments on the rest. He can use the excuse of him being a tool all he wants. That doesn't change the fact that it is something exactly Urian would do.
Mhm.
He showed little regard for the atrocities committed, as long as the man behind them was useful. Hell, he hired me for the rebellion. Do you know how many caravans I've burned in my time here?
I cannot, since you got the job done, Durako.
And that is exactly the problem.
I would like also to point out that we were at we kind of still are at war, Durako. And you choose to forsake that one ideal, that one man managed to get all of you sorry excuses of followers. You wouldn't even have been here if it had been for Vakand. Or me, for that matter.
And I'm still grateful to both of you. I really am. But my loyalties matter much more than just two people.
Always the idealists. I cannot blame you for that, Alencia, but... But I'm not here to fight, to say the least.
That's surprising.
I don't know if you noticed, but all of us together need to have a very serious talk about what it means to stand on that throne and who should deserve it. It should not be something that should be done immediately after a takeover. That's not how these things work.
No.
So we already had that discussion, Alencia. Remember?
What? You are going to rule Itchi?
Yes. With the
By
help
what
of them.
merit?
By the merit that the throne was always supposed to be mine. Or, well, my family's.
That might be so. If that even is correctly.
And what do you mean by that?
Don't all great families have ancient text that describes them to be fit for the true rulership? Or have you been blinded by your own propagandish text left behind by your ancestors, maybe?
I don't think every family has something like that. Maybe sure that, yes, they are destined to be in the position that they are now, but I do believe my family was meant for greater. We were the strongest before Urian collapsed the Severus family.
But if you were the strongest by another family being collapsed, does that not mean that you were already on unshaky foundation?
I wouldn't say it's that. It's just more so that one family got the power of two families, and therefore they were able to challenge us for the throne.
So now we're talking about ancestry's claim to the throne. Are we?
It seems so.
Well,
Well,
I do not recognize your rulership, Itchi.
Fair. But to be fair, your family, as far as I can understand, wasn't even originally supposed to be a part of the Scalect Dominion when it was originally formed. Your family was brought in after Urian formed his Ouroboros dynasty. Originally, it was just supposed to be us, the Yonti, in charge, our own nation. Then Urian decided to bring in multiple families of different races in this melting pot for all their benefits. Which, fair, was a smart move.
And to be honest, I don't even think Navarra really would want you to sit on the throne either, really. Too impulsive.
Perhaps by herself, but with the rest of them, no.
If she doesn't choke them out and kill them. You have to remember, Itchi has a reputation.
Yes, our reputation, unfortunately, I can't believe I'm the one saying this due to the influence of a now dead pillar.
Yes. That is something I will note. It seems a lot of noble figures tend to get influenced by greater powers. First, my father with the Great Devourer, Urian with the numerous entities, from what I can understand, that he's made deals with. Myself with Seralus. Seems just the greater powers want us to be playthings, but at this moment in time, I can assure you I am no such plaything.
Really?
Yes.
Well. But I am here to declare, since you can get the scrubbles of this petty kingdom to fight over who's right to rule, I will step back from that. As the Lugarian territory hereby announce the separation from the Scalect Dominion and its successor kingdom that might arise from it. I will have no partake in this blood sport that will evolve from this. So many people of under my command has already died. And for you to turn this into an even worse cluster, I do not deem to sponsor it with either troops, money, or provisions. So you can solve that for yourselves.
You assume this is going to turn into some further war.
Who says that even the people of the very capital or even the other dukedoms acknowledges you, Itshi? Last I checked, they swore their fealty to Khan, and you toppling him does not mean that their fealty goes to you. They might declare their own ambitions.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see then. Are you separating from the Empire? How long do you think that'll actually last? Or Dominion? As vast as your land might be, I doubt you can sustain yourself for long.
Funny you should say that. Itchy, have you ever wondered who actually controls the flow of goods through the Empire? And what goods come from where? Because then you're much more foolish than I would think you to believe, but that would be your problem to solve now then, where you claim the crown, so to speak.
I suppose so. But I am not alone in that regard in solving that issue.
Good luck finding anywhere that will ever sell you an ounce of grain. Next, pick up the body. We're heading out from here.
No. He doesn't leave with you. He's a prisoner.
And why shouldn't he leave with me?
Like I said, he is our prisoner.
Exactly. And
You want to play tyrant, baron, whatever. I don't care. Your nobility. You gallivant around as heroes all you want. What you're not going to do is spit in the face of what has happened here by taking the prisoner we've justly arrested.
yes.
Arrested on what grounds? Can you even answer me that? On what?
The fact that he has been manipulated
By whom?
by someone in his own house. You know exactly who. The same one that you brought to our keep. The same one that corrupted his fiancée and has been whispering in his ear for months. You didn't even bother to check which personality was dominant. You just assumed it would be fine. Despite knowing von Lugarth, that they were a member of the Obsidian Assembly.
And yet you trying to kill him, you thought you would bring that to heel, did you?
I would say we are just preventing one of Urian's multitude of plans from ever progressing.
Really? Ruku,
Yes.
do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Kill him and see what happens then.
And why would I do that?
Well, why not? That seems to be your memo, isn't it?
Well, it is true. I am a contract killer. I don't have a contract with you, nor would I take your money.
Really?
Besides, my days with the Thieves Guild are pretty much over, now that they're tearing themselves apart in the bazaar. Once I'm done here, I'm going to go find a nice place to retire.
What about you, Itchi? Can't keep a pretender to the throne alive now, can we?
Yes. And he'll be judged. And likely executed at a later date, but at the moment, there's no reason to kill him. The only reason I would have to do that is, as you just tried to do, take him. Sure, you could take him, but what would you do with him then? Keep him alive? Maybe start another rebellion down the line once you gather support.
Why
No.
would I do that? I see no sense in murdering an innocent person.
Yet you're trying to command others to do it.
No, I'm giving you the suggestion to kill him and see what happens. Drugu, have you forgotten one of the things Rakan set up back when you returned from her manor? What was it he brought along? $13, that's a decent number to roll.
Hey, shut up. You can't read my rolls. Stop breaking the fourth wall.
Brother, it's been 2 fucking years. You're going to need to be a bit more specific.
13 persons he rescued from the very bazaar that you, so to speak, now is saying is tearing itself apart. Whom or what was those 13, if you remember?
Slaves. Mostly
Okay.
slaves.
Yes. What kind of slaves? That he freed. Who swore undying loyalty to him.
Kobolds.
No, he gave the kobolds to the Dragonborn.
I was just making a joke.
I know. 13 changelings, Druko.
What?
You're surprised, Itchi?
Oh, that's Soul that's surprised because I'm like, I know that was like over. Honestly, that's over 3 years ago at this point. But 13 changelings.
I remember Rakan specifically purchasing mages, not
Yeah.
changelings.
I have soul sight. Could I see anything looking at Rakan? Unconscious?
Pardon, sorry. Oh. This is gonna be there in here in like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
After hearing that, like, Byron's got soul sight. Can he tell any? Does Rakan look different when I look at him with soul sight?
He looks like a partial sliver of a soul. Weak, almost created. Almost artificial.
That doesn't look right.
What doesn't?
What?
His soul looks like almost like a homunculus, not 100%.
What? And she walks over to the body.
I'll look down at the body. Because my helm of true sight has been on this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since after the queen.
There's no, like, illusions or anything. Yeah, there's nothing, no illusions about this. Alencia, what are you doing? Are you doing medicine check?
Yeah,
No, she's just going through his pockets casually.
trying to connect 2 dots to what Byron said to what Ron's body is and see if she can spot anything.
Oh, actually, can you make me an investigation check on his equipment? Itshi or Druko? Since you guys are the ones who took them.
Is it touch or is it?
You will notice that the weapons are replicas and have faint magic to sort of give off the effect that they were real.
Fucking.
Let's see, whenever you're ready.
I shall. No medicine. Here we go.
Oh, guidance you. Take a guidance. Yeah. Nice.
25. With a 25, you will notice that this body is essentially a clone. Imperfect. Not very long lived. Not perfected, but you've seen similar things like this with Nostradamus's clones.
Yeah, but he had his fake J's on.
Damn.
Another reason to keep him alive, I guess.
Exactly.
Oh, plot thickens. Dun dun dun.
What question? Does this clone form date all the way back to, like, when the campaign started, or?
I doubt that. Probably
No,
ever
I see.
since.
They said it was
Well-
incomplete, and it seemed like it was. This one might have been hastily made.
Yeah, but how easily?
Probably
Since
Trick.
Nostradamus.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could assume that Nostradamus helped create it. And it's probably one of the reasons he was kept alive.
He raided Zariah's lab and got his cloning tech. Fuck.
And so this isn't Raccoon, then, technically.
No.
No, this is a clone.
All right. Well, she won't say that out loud. This isn't Raccoon.
You just hear a child's slow clapping in the background.
Nyx is clapping with him in rhythm.
I shoot Nick's dead. I'm kidding. Wait,
Just
Hold
as
on.
paranoid as his father.
No, precautionary. Because he knew you were going to betray him, Itchi.
It's called paranoia.
Really? When it's
It's only called precaution after the fact. That's hindsight.
may be so, but it seems like he took a book from his sister when it comes to that.
What do you mean by that?
You haven't figured it out yet. You guys were set up by Navarra. And Ricant knew.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah.
I'm also going to make an insight.
I would like to as well, because I've not been trusting
Byron,
anything
he
he said.
wholeheartedly believes that you guys have been fooled.
You know, no, I'm tired of beating around the bush about all this. He's gonna reach into his pocket and he's gonna pull out the glowing object that he had. Why don't we just ask then?
Ask whom?
As you pulse a little bit of magic energy, a bright light appears next to Byron. Perfect timing. She will kind of like stretch a little bit. Sorry for the wait.
No, that's fine. Now, could you help us piece together exactly what the hell's going on here? Because we can't really make heads or tails of it.
Oh,
Or at least I can't. I don't know who to trust anymore.
I've been listening. No, you're not being fooled by me. I may have my doubts about Rakond, but I didn't know he was capable of such. Didn't realize that's why you kept that one alive. More reason to distrust a bit. I'm not manipulating you all. I'm just trying to do what was alright for these people, like my mother wanted. In reality, I'm following what Jade wanted all along, before she was captured by Urian and brainwashed before she could make the right choices.
I'm just gonna make a quick bullshit detector.
She speaks truth.
A bullshit detector ain't beeping. It beeps when I pointed at Charles.
Don't listen anymore. Thanks for that.
I read my mother's journals. She wanted one of the Yuan-Ti families to rule over this kingdom, over Urian, since he took that from them. Just because one of his sons are technically, or daughters are technically of blood of Yuan-Ti, they were not of nobility at all, nor were raised under nobility or royalty from birth. But I've learned of a queen out east who shares similar prospects to Rakond and yourself. Apparently the original rulers of the Sylvan Empire have perished. And a new ruler elected came out of nowhere. I also have found it impossible to even enter the Sylvan Empire without direct word from the Queen, or being under a specific banner of armor or equipment. Something is stirring in that kingdom. And magic that I thought was gone has been found there. Something similar to what Urian could do.
Why do I get the feeling that this is just one of Miriam's many, many plans of paranoia coming to fruition?
Well, then, it seems we're not the ones who have been manipulated now, are we, Von Lugarth?
Maybe, maybe not. But her action still speaks of betrayal of what is basically kin, does it not? Can you really trust what she does say?
The blood we share is that of not my mother, but of a bastard that I never knew. He came into
That
my
might be.
home with promises.
He wanted to mend the wounds your father did to both of you.
By starting a rebellion and almost tearing apart the country, making a new mess to clean up. Now, mind you,
Exactly.
the ruler that was here, yes, was in the wrong. I won't doubt that. But I don't think overtaking a ruler and replacing it with one that does not have any right to such a throne, much like the nobles, more have say over the throne than him. The time of the Elder Elves has passed. They no longer rule over all the races of Narakov anymore.
True. Which is why I'm striking out on my own with my people.
Nikki,
And how is your former master going to feel about that? You seem to forget that before you swore an oath to Rakond, you swore fealty to another.
So fealty
That is
to
true.
two that were once one. Technically no longer blessed by such, but I'm sure you've found other ways of faith, as you've not lost your own. You would say yourself is not an oathbreaker. technically all the swampland was Yuan-Ti land. You'd have to make a history check if you wanna know fully whose land that
Yeah, I could do
belonged
that.
to. Same with
Yes.
the Lacentras. Because technically, yeah, they didn't originally own that land either.
Dude, come on.
Advantage, you live here. You're an aristocrat. You would have learned something. I will
Nope.
accept this.
Fuck it, I'm using my inspiration.
Fuck it, inspired.
Oh my god.
This is
Fuck
fucking
me.
Quantum
Nice.
World.
Divide. Well, I did manage to see him off before he ventured off, you see.
Oh, there it is.
Ah,
Haha.
the
Thank you.
scribe wins.
Or would you
Okay.
do a front flip for victory?
Starts breakdancing.
Alright.
Suddenly remember something. Front flips does not elaborate.
Me playing a swashbuckler in Pathfinder. Let me do a quick backflip for
All the
Panache.
bogs and swamps of these lands used to belong to one of the three, or each of the three different larger families. Technically, Charles, the land that you own is the Basilisk's land that was lost during when Urian was no longer in power. And so why they had such a small chunk of the corner of that land, which they envied.
Good to know. But as you were saying, Charles,
And technically, the Centros was to the Seviroth family, and where the capitals are were to
Well,
a long family. I don't see
for
that.
my thanks to let him go, so to speak, he released me of my oath as a thank you.
no, you keep bringing up oaths, but as far as I can tell, oaths so far have held no weight whatsoever in this regard.
I held my oath till it was released, did I not?
Well, in this case, true, you did turn your back on your original oath holder.
So, as Navera just said, the land you now call your own was once my family's. And
Yes.
from my understanding, that's a huge swath of land, and I don't necessarily think you can just succeed as much as you think you can.
I have all the right to succeed if that is what I choose, especially with oath-breakers and murderers at the throne.
And how am I an oath? Like I said, Rakan never held up to his end of the bargain.
No, but you breaking your promise by trying to assassinate, even if it's our clone, so to speak, is still an attempt at him. That makes you break your part of the deal.
Hmm,
Quite hypocritical coming from you.
yes. If that were the case, then my sister's life is forfeit. But I'm pretty sure she's sitting comfy at the moment with my father and mother.
Maybe. You'll have to figure that out. But anyways, I'm done here. To this little charade.
I don't necessarily think we're done here. Like Navarro just pointed out, the land you sit and call your own isn't yours. It's my family's, and has been like that since the ancient days.
You lost it by right of conquest, you fool.
There is no such thing. Only the words of tyrants and petty men.
You may say by the right of conquest, but the bogs and swamps of this land will always belong to the Yonti.
And those bogs and swamps were drained for making farmlands, to make roads, to bring prosperity and food to all of the empire. Itchy.
Yes. And you're trying to take them away.
My family and the family that came before mine invested their time and money well spent into developing that floodland. And now you say you want to take it back without lifting a single finger of doing anything for it, and leaving what? Me and my family in destitute? Taking away Alencia's family, what she has come to.
So now you're suddenly concerned about the people that live on the land. Tell me, then, where was your care for the people of the Metallurgis ice fields, who are still dealing with the corruption left behind by Yorian? You tried to drag them into this war. For what?
Extra help to
When they
finish this
hadn't
war
even
even
cleaned
quicker.
up their own problems.
That might have been, but it was a way, Druku.
You simply wish to make the boiling pot that is this rebellion even bigger. Something bigger than a rebellion, perhaps. At least that's how I see it. You say you were trying to get help. Rightfully, you didn't need to get their help. As Druko just said, they weren't even done dealing with their own sort of, let's say, revolution. And you say I would take away Alencia's family, and I would say you're wrong in that regard. I believe Alencia and her family just walked out of this room.
Mm-hmm.
Showing that she doesn't want any part of this.
Yes, and neither do I, so I take my leave. Itchy.
Nyx will reach into their bag and pull out a object bound in chains and a strange leather, and he will the chains will shatter and the leather will become unbound, and they will be surrounded by darkness for a moment, and so will Rakan's unconscious body.
Oh fuck.
Goodbye.
Is there anything I can do against that?
No, unfortunately. Rivera will
I
slam
have
her hands against the table.
I have one last question.
Yep.
Was the way they just traveled through a void tear?
I mean, based on the description, they used some sort of aberration to do so.
You could assume as such. Some sort of void travel.
I would like to try to fuck with that then. At least based off the description of what this is telling me. I don't know if I can do something, but I would like to ask.
Oh, void terrors are like harmful to you. And well, they're kind of like openings in the world. This was a little different, but
Okay,
It
well,
was a
that's
void rift, if
Arcana-
anything.
You can Arcana check it if you want.
fine. Well, it's more so in the moment because I just wanted to like see if there was anything I could do. Like,
Was that not
I
a
know you say
19? What? That was a 19 on my end.
thank
Fucking
you.
Cocked die.
Dice. Well, I just wanted to bring it up because I know you said originally, but there's like a lot of stuff I had, and that's the one thing I could think of.
That's so adorable. You can disrupt it, but it won't change. It may just change the direction they're going. You wouldn't be able
That's
to
fine.
completely stop them. Using your void rune and your sword.
Sorry I'm late.
You're fine. You
No
can
worries.
use gate creation to manipulate it.
Yeah, also, I'll fuck with them.
Yep.
You're going to the moon, idiot.
I just send them to the deepest pits of hell.
Depends.
Depends.
Okay, I need you to roll me. I'm gonna have you roll Arcana, but this time you get proficiency with it.
I already. Actually, do I have proficiency?
You do not.
Oh, I don't.
Because you're
That's
using the
plus
void rune,
4.
it's advantage.
Well, I already had advantage anyway because of Storm Rune.
Fair point.
Okay.
There's
What?
the 19.
Work.
Work. Okay.
I mean, if I can at least fuck with them.
That's pretty high. Wait a minute, aren't there 12 planes in this system?
Something like that.
There are 9 other cards, plus a few moves.
Ah,
Specifically,
where did they get
3.
where did they get banished?
They got banished. Oh. I don't know
Oh
if that's a
fuck.
good thing. Well,
Wait,
time to figure out where they're going.
Fuck, did I just end up helping them?
Maybe.
Oh. That might not go well.
Fuck!
Well,
We
time
get-
to roll
hold
again.
on. For who?
Ah, even better. No,
Get scattered, idiots.
where they landed, they got instantly transported again.
No!
Oh. Oh no!
Ah.
Down an infinite loophole.
Welcome to the Shadowfell Vale of Bleeding Shadows. Have fun.
Wait a minute.
That sounds like a fun
This
place.
is Tahiti.
That's
Eldrick says hi.
Eldrick says hi. You're not part of the Shadowfell.
I mean, he was there once.
He is a big. Don't you know, Nicky? He has at least one vacation on every plane.
Thank God there isn't a pillar that has taken over that land.
No, Keto did.
Oh, right. It's a good thing he's a lazy one.
Or was Keto Fate?
Kyo's fate, which would be the
Not
deep core.
or chaos.
that was the do guy.
Don't you remember?
Yeah, it is keto. It is
Oh.
chaos. And
Yeah.
it is keto.
So,
Hey.
I was pretty sure.
Have fun in the Shadowfell.
He's fun. A little lazy, but he's fun. Because I think it was Delius that's Unity. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
And then
It's
was
keto that is the true pillar of chaos.
Frost that
and
was
order.
fate. Remember Frost was fate, yeah.
Yeah, it is the true pillar of fate.
There's one of the pillars that can never ever or can't relinquish their position ever.
Oh yeah, that's Fizzle where he actually just dies.
He can't.
Alright, so that happened.
But not really. I mean, there was a plot for it, but.
Get shadow realmed, idiot. I just saw that. That's a good one. I'm sending you to the shadow realm.
So, Navarro will look annoyed, but she will look up. I'm sorry for my once. Charles once used to be under me. He worked for me for a long time, along with my sister and brother. Adoptive family. Right? I feel at fault for how things have come, but some things had to be done.
It is fine, Navarro. It is as we expected. This is just another trait of him showing that he's like his father, is the extreme paranoia. I'm surprised he learned that we were going to do this, though. I would have thought he would have nipped this in the bud before it became even bigger.
Yes. But perhaps he's figured it out about being around him. I just didn't want war to be brought to my doorsteps. The city and its people are what left to me to take care of. So,
Yes, and sadly that was brought to your doorstep because of the rebellion. But well, if we act quickly, I believe we can bring this Dominion in order. I don't exactly know where, but I am sure I fucked with whatever teleportation they just did.
okay. I don't know what you did exactly, but it seems you are quite sure it worked.
I'm sure that I threw them off target, that's for sure.
But there are a lot of diplomatic things to take care of, as well as promises. And we at all the different areas of the altar.
Yes.
Damn. That sounds like a lot of work. Have fun with that.
I'm surprised you wouldn't want such a position.
I told you when we were done here, my time with this whole charade was up.
Fine. Understandable.
For now, I'm heading back to Lunavale because your father still owes me a conversation.
Yeah, be careful with that. I'm pretty sure whatever he did to you and your people, he does not remember. He still thinks I am young, and that
It
my
is
sisters...
possible the dark being that corrupted your father's mind sort of left a fail-safe in case he was... something happened.
Yes.
But, Druko, are you going to be staying in Lunavale?
Temporarily, I don't plan on staying there long.
What if I make you an offer?
Fuck. He likes money. He's not immediately saying yes, he's listening.
Yep.
A lot of the citizens in my town aren't well versed in combat, and I don't have super amounts of guards, but I would like my citizens protected with a allowance, monthly, weekly, however I decide it. I will pay you to train willing people to become adventurers. And I'm gonna start up the guild again.
Fuck, he's getting offered a Oh no. Oh no, she's asking the highwayman to trade adventurers. This can only go well.
Oh god, this is gonna be great.
Mhm.
And you said that Rakan were having scruples. She's now hiring you to train adventurers to do her beck and call.
She's always run an adventurers guild.
Oh yeah, she's just had to close it down while this civil war was going on. But she hasn't been able to do what she wanted.
Mhm.
It became more of a fucking headquarters for war.
You know, that might actually be a reasonable offer then. We can talk specifics back at the Lunavale, but for now, I must be off.
Safe trip and safe travel. Actually, Druko, this is going to be a fun one. While you are traveling outside the city, if anyone else is on like higher areas of the city, as it is a tiered city, you would be able to look out to the land that once was the land of Volugarths, and you will see a bright... Actually, no, not bright. You'll see it get cascaded in shadows, and then the shadows vanish and look like the swampland it used to.
Huh.
Oh fuck! It got reverted.
Actually, I'd like to make an Arcana check, even though I suck at Arcana.
By all means.
Who knows?
So,
Holy shit!
Hey!
That's a 17, baby.
so we all see that, right?
You could see it from the castle if you're out in the out in the walkways or the garden and stuff.
I guess, yeah, I'm still in the meeting room with Navera and stuff.
Well, if you guys are
Oh.
if you guys are walking around and talking, it would happen. Yeah, so I would allow that. Most definitely, Byron and Alencia would see it before they would make it to what they were doing, stuff. But anyways,
Yeah,
massive shadows
that
cascade
does
over the land
feel.
and make it all disappear, almost reverting it to what it once was. You may roll on that.
I had 3
Yeah.
refresh.
Huh. I think the land just reverted. That,
Truco,
yeah.
with your high roll. Oh, Byron, you rolled
Mhm.
with our intelligence, not wisdom. That's actually a 20. Isn't it? No, it's 21, isn't it?
It's a 16 plus 4, 20.
20. Okay, I thought it was 5.
Mm.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
20. Byron and Joko, sorry. You guys would notice that the shadows look very similar to the transportation that just took over, but at a larger scale. But what it also did was restore the land that once was there to what its original state was, all at once. You're not sure where that land and all of its buildings just went, but it's gone, including the people that were once there.
Oh,
Ruko's just going to look at Byron as he is leaving by this point. You saw what I just saw, right?
yeah?
That's not good.
No, it ain't.
What
Huh.
could we possibly do?
I don't think there is anything we can do. I don't know where those people just went, but judging by the type of magic used, nothing good.
Rakan did say he was leaving.
He said, "Fuck it, I'm building my own Scalect Dominion."
With hookers. It's the employee. Hookers and blackjack.
I was going to leave to help the citizens after they just heard there was a takeover. Figured they needed some help.
Hey, you should do that. I'm heading back to Lunaville.
I have an ascending stone. You all know where to find me, but just need to go back to my roots for now.
I wish you the best of luck with that.
Sure. She looks tense as she walks away.
I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder and walk with her.
I guess on his way back to Lunaville, he's going to go investigate the swamp.
At the moment, there isn't very many critters in it. Some of them are migrating from the southern regions, but there isn't very many, as if the land was brand new. The land doesn't look artificial. The land looks normal. It was always there. The bogs, the cranberry bogs, do still exist within the swamps, but they're a lot more covered than they once were. That reveals the exact same information about the thing, but
No, continue on with his thing. I
Yeah.
just loaded it and rolled, so
oh yeah,
can't be able to.
no worries. It's just letting you know that Itchi would also know that knowledge too. As well as the roads don't seem to be that disturbed either. They're a little overgrown, but the roads still exist. Just not
Well,
the
yeah,
ones
those
leading
can
to
be fixed.
Von Lugarth estate. And the farmlands that were once there are now full forested swamps and boglands.
You know, you'd think for someone calling himself a hero, he wouldn't be this petty.
He said he was a conqueror.
It's not how he introduced himself to most people.
Well, Hop, what's your take on all this?
How after this whole discussion, in this whole while with the fight happening, the conversations, the discussions, and all that, Hop has basically just been crisscross-legged, just sitting there, and basically just observing this whole thing. And now he stands up, and he will just say, "Well, this is definitely some kind of end to this whole debate. I think then at least," and he looks at like people left, Druko saying he's going to Lunaville and maybe leaving as a whole and stuff, and shit. This seems like an end to a 5-year party. And he will look up to Itchi, probably hurting his neck while looking up.
Could stand his head.
I congratulate you on the throne, and like he holds out his hand as far as he can reach.
He'll lean down and shake your hand.
As
Remember,
for my... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
as we discussed, there was supposed to be positions for all of you, but
Oh, no, I know, and I hope you still follow through with that parliament plan. I really think that is a good way of dealing it, as to just doing it on your own. But for me, specifically, I've never planned on getting into politics. I would say, a free spirit. I cannot be held in a position like this. This is not what I want to do and what I intended to do in the first place. This whole adventure was really for me to get a hold. It was my first real adventure after getting here from the Argus Isles all the way down. And I think I really love to just continue my journey. To continue roam the world. And see all these other things. See the monasteries and stuff like that. I don't think a place in a council is there for me. At least not now. I am too young for that.
There are monastic temples here in the city. This one specifically. Perhaps taking a stroll into those places for a bit while you're here, learning what you can.
Oh, definitely.
Teachings of them.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't leave at least for a little while. There's still so much to do here. I mean, I've only been here for 5 years, basically. That's like nothing.
I mean that's a lot for your race, but sure.
I mean, that's like, I'm like, my people get like 200 years old. I'm like 30. That's literally like not even a fifth of my lifespan. At least, considering I don't die in battle. Chuckles.
Yeah, 5 years for me is practically a blink as well. It's not long. Sure, thanks to Riot for that.
Yeah.
Also, Well, many temples that were lost during many wars that have plagued multiple continents. Perhaps traveling as a sort of a nomadic monk, teaching
That's-
those that you come across along your travels.
That's what I see myself doing. At least for a good while. I just love meeting new people and seeing new stuff. As you know, I'm kind of a bookworm.
Yes.
I
Let's
have
see.
a proposition. She smiled.
Hob smiles, looking in the wrong direction.
Uh, I, as you know, my adventuring kid is also one who likes knowledge, history, anything you find on your travels of knowledge and history, you'll be able to bring it back, and I'd pay you for the information you come back with.
Sure, I can do. I love to spread knowledge.
And that way you always have a reason to visit with your
Oh, I would
compatriots.
visit a lot.
Very well.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I'll probably at first, I will probably also return to Lunavel first, just to let things fade out, right? And then we'll slowly starting to leave and stuff. I mean, that's probably the plan.
Perhaps a good idea
So,
is to take the
Yeah,
fate tour left at the place with
yeah.
the monk. Perhaps going on this journey with another monastic user would be a way of him returning to some memories.
Yeah, exactly. I still, I would offer him to maybe join me on my journey. Maybe I can help him on the way and stuff like that.
It would help me out quite a lot.
Oh yeah, I would. You can give me a sending style. I will give you updates and stuff. No worries. I would love to stay in contact with all of you, Ulla, Itshi, Navera, and obviously Biran, Alencia, even Druko, everybody.
Oh, that's good.
And last but not least, I have the information you desire, Ulla. I have information for my Alencia, but I think I'll find them in due time. Let's try to catch up. It took a while for me to find it, but I have it. There's an abandoned vale. Oh, not abandoned vale, but abandoned garrison. A ways to the east. It wasn't abandoned for a while. It actually housed quite a lot of people, citizens, such, within it. Ones that
What do you
used to be
mean,
part of the
citizens?
former citizens of the Oros dynasty. A sort of group that was cut off during the end of the Crystal Wars. They lost contact and decided to... what's the word for it? AWOL? Go AWOL against their own country. Desert. Eventually that town garrison was abandoned. They just all packed up and left, leaving its remnants behind. Recent activities have found that it is actually crawling with mage killers and ones who hunt dragonkind like such. Some sort of group. But they are related to what happened in your city.
Zeal's gonna take a moment to take a deep breath. And then she's gonna look at Navera and she's gonna be like, give me the coordinates.
Would you like help on this journey, or would you like to go at it alone?
Whatever people want, as long as I get some type of revenge. And that damn paladin that screwed everything up.
Hey, if you need help, I'm always willing to join. And he like taps you with the elbow.
She's gonna be like, "Oh, wonderful! Don't go too far then."
You.
Oh, no worries, I won't be leaving it.
Also, you get access to 6th level spells now. So you get a new spell.
Leveled up.
Yes, you get.
Yeah,
I just realized you were level 10, not level 11. So you are now level
Oh.
11.
Eula will gladly take any help, but if she sees the paladin that ruined her life and literally led the whole assault on her village, she'll want the pleasure and satisfaction of killing him herself. And she will kill him. No matter what anyone says, she will kill him because he killed thousands.
Oh yeah,
Perhaps-
you could turn into a dragon again with a potion.
Oh, she's thought
She
about
has-
it.
You have
But she-
multiples of those potions.
Well, she's thought about it, but she also would just like the pleasure of killing him herself, not as a dragon, but as herself. So essentially, the last thing he sees is her killing him.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Essentially, she was kind of just hanging around until she got that information, but she does have some relationship with the party members.
Yes.
She will say it's past the Basilisk Estates, along the coast towards the wildlands, hidden within the forests. There is a garrison there. Small little, has like maybe like 7 buildings. It's very small.
Okay. She will look over to Itshi and say, "Well, Itshi, you up for another adventure? You get to murder people." She'll
As
smirk.
much as I would like that, I believe I'm going to be quite busy for quite some time.
She'll nod. And then
Couple
she'll-
chuckle.
You will
Nice.
nod. And just out of character, did we have a discussion about Ishi wanting to have like a council? Just me asking out of character.
Well, we kind of like had that idea. Like that's what we talked with Navera a couple sessions back,
Oh,
and
That's,
that's what we were kind of supposed to talk about now, I suppose. But then like half the party left.
well, as Ulla, she'll come back for that, but she would really like her revenge. But she'll keep her word and she'll be there for the council to see how it goes, to decide if she wants a position on the council or not.
You
All right.
also need to elect people and delegate land, and that's going to be so much
Yeah.
fun. Diplomatic stuff.
Yeah, and on the other hand, Eula kind of wants to take over the Magic Academy, but like run it properly. You know, like that's kind of like something she thought about when they were all in disguise. So
Well,
run it properly.
at least my idea was to kind of give some of the land that the Lacentras would be losing back from the Von Chadras to the Lacentras because a lot of their land's going to be taken by what's her name? It's a weird name. The undead
Sisk.
lady. Sisk. Yeah, Sisk. So
Oh,
I do
well,
they won't be entering risk mode unless they start a war. They don't need to do that. The reason why Kingsblade is doing it is because they have land to take over and many enemies around. And yeah,
you were about to say something, Paz?
Also remember the 7 nobles that you also need to set up aside, who has also majorly contribute.
The 7 nobles. Yeah, to remind me because we've talked to a lot of people, so I'm gonna need a bit of reminding.
no,
There were the noble families of the first territory we subverted that came to us and said, hey, if you let us take over shop here, we will be loyal subjects to you.
Are you talking about the bookkeeper for the Alencia family?
Yes.
I've already ratted them out.
That
was my good- that was my goodwill offering to the-
Itshi because of
Yeah, that was my goodwill to the Licentras. The guy at the garrison, I have to think about that. The Von Chadras don't exist.
They're one of the noble families in the capital, and that will come up later.
Yeah. The Von Chadras practically no longer exist besides the children.
Who will be rehabilitated. Where did the druid go?
You're talking about Biran. He went with his wife.
Alencia.
Oh. The
They-
crowning hasn't happened.
It's fine. Biran, Alencia is clearly disturbed by all of this.
Yeah.
And
Knowing
Biran,
her, she
obviously.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Also, if you look around the room carefully, you'll notice there's no crown.
There was never a crown.
There was.
The king had a crown.
Yeah, he gave it. Biran had it
The coronation.
because
will
Rakan
happen.
told him to king him.
So did you guys just cross us? Fuck.
No, you just don't have a crown.
That's fine.
Nice throne though.
An empty
Byron-
throne.
Just to be honest, Byron wasn't gonna king you anyway, even if you asked him to.
I wasn't
But-
gonna ask you to do that.
That's fine. But his wife was walking away, so he followed.
Yeah.
Aw,
By
you're
all
such a
means.
nice couple.
Yeah, because Alencia is clearly disturbed by what has transpired.
Yeah.
knowing Alencia, she probably will try to get as close to the citizens as possible. She probably will partake in like charity work and trying to up
Yes.
the people's standards in the.
Yes,
Help
that does sound
rebuild.
like her.
Because
She-
help with see.
But she probably needs something to focus on after all of this.
Especially with the restabilization of the economy, since the previous queen was kind of
Embezzling.
overtaxing, and other things.
Mhm.
Yeah. All it takes is just
Well-
headaches. I don't want to do
Yes,
that.
but when you're raised for it, you can deal with it.
If we're going
Eh.
into what she plans to do for the coming days, weeks, obviously the immediate thing right now is to basically take her mind off things and help people. And until she receives word from either Charles, Navarra, or Itchi about what they want from her, she's going to decide what she wants to do then. And wherever she is needed, she will decide what to do, obviously. And she's already agreed to help with administration work because she knows full well that she does not feel comfortable doing that.
Navarro.
And
Go ahead.
and during that time as well, when between all the maid work and waiting for a response, she's also going to help. She's going to try to find a place with Biran to settle down as well.
Nice.
Because she also wants to have that kind of life. And maybe when timing is right, she will go on another adventure where she feels like she can help. And everyone from her party is invited to her house whenever.
Nice.
Except Druko. I think that's clear.
Druko can be the uncle that everyone doesn't really want to talk to at the party.
Exactly.
But
He's there, but only in body form. Nobody
if you
talks
bring
to him.
food, you're welcome.
I can tell. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, mine was dumb. I was just gonna say he's the uncle that like he brings something to the potluck, but then he steals one of your DVDs every time.
Yes. That's
No,
true.
I hate
the
this
uncle-
movie, but you'll never watch it again unless you buy another one.
No. I've got the perfect fit. I've got the perfect king trout bit for this.
Fuck.
So to give you your answer, like Nooya, if she would message you, probably a couple days after everything, not asking for you to return, for you to fulfill your promises or anything like that, but honestly to check up on you, because Charles came in, talked a lot of shit, disappeared, and then suddenly his entire territory fucking reverts back to normal. That's not okay. Like, and basically just real quick. Basically, she would just leave it open. Like, yeah, you can come when you're ready if you still want it.
She responds back saying that she's actually going to figure out what's going on with Charles as well before anything else.
Understandable.
After this whole talk, I would kind of get a little bit excited because he's looking at the door, and then he will just say, "So you don't need me here at the moment, right? I can leave because there's one thing I always wanted to do."
And what's that?
And you will see, as you say that, you will see Hop basically taking sprint formation, like he's never done. And he's basically going to action dash, bonus action, step of the wind, full speed, and then activate, because he's never done it before. But he will now. He will activate, where is it? His ghost step tattoo. And you basically see him as he starts sprinting turn kind of incorporeal, and he just chugs through the door. No opening, he just disappears into non-existence.
You barrel through the city.
Yes, I just zoom, and I disappear.
Oh, there he goes.
Yep.
But you're gonna walk
He's
through
just
the
gonna
wall
smirk.
and jump into the pools of water around the fucking castle.
I basically jump through the freaking castle and just pop out on the other side. And I disappear on my way to Lunawell. Oh, before that though, wait. I still have one thing, I think. Because he now finally has a free moment. If I can use it real quick. Wait. After his whole sprint is done, he would sit down on a nice rock and no, wait, wrong. Yeah. He will basically pull out a sheet of paper because he still has one thing to do. And he will start praying to Priscilla. And he will basically go, "Dear Priscilla, pillar of knowledge, you have given me the task. To look into what love really is. And to be fair, when you asked me this, I really had no idea. it is not something I had ever interest in. But it gave me a new knowledge to obtain. And I must say, love is something that is not perfect. It has its ups and downs just like normal friends do. But if I notice something, then I can say one thing. I think love is special. You're there for someone in their hardest time, and you share memories with them that are more than just valuable. If you would ask me, love is incredible, and could never be perfectly described. At least not by me. There are so many books, and every one of them portrays it differently. I have yet to experience it myself, so this is all I can give you, really. I hope my short analysis gave you some further insights that you did not have. And this is basically his prayer. Because he was asked to research love.
Hey, I need to check something. You watch as a book inside, in your, in your inventory suddenly becomes glowing with magic.
Oh?
Mhm.
He will look at his bag and pull out the book.
You pull out
Which
your
book is it?
Tome of Understanding.
Oh my god. Hob will look shocked because he knows how these work. He's read them before. And he is like, wait, no way! And he will use it.
Alright.
And he will read it again. So I gain 2 wisdom again?
Mhm.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Well, she wasn't gonna not give you something for something you did.
Hob will sit there. As kind of, like, he never sits really still, kind of. At least, not very often. But this time, he feels so calm. Because he feels like he achieved something and gained knowledge that he never had before. So he just sits there and enjoys his read of the book he actually read before, but now has different content that he thought it had. And then afterwards, he will slowly, and in a happy state, will make his way back to Lunaval. Yeah, I did it myself.
Yeah, I know. The item I put in your inventory automatically added it as a
Oh, I see.
funny. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, that happens. Okay, Itshi. Quick little diplomatic things that need to happen. As you are technically currently right now the ruler, by proxy. Because it'll take a few days for the diplomats and your companions to collect to themselves, there are some important and emergency things that need to be dealt with.
Yep.
1. The wine and farmland are now gone. The only type of farmland is where the Licentras have been living. And their crops aren't food crops specifically, but they will have to be changed as you will start getting a food shortage in the kingdom.
Yeah. Like my immediate response that comes to mind, although it would take like time and transportation, is to round up whatever spellcasters in the land that we have that can cast create food and water, and just
Yeah.
basically start having them as emergency rations until a proper food source can be established.
Okay. So a decree for those of clerical, magical knowledge to be able to help. It is a low-level spell, hilariously enough, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, it
But
creates
isn't
like.
it,
Go ahead.
isn't it like only for like 7 people you can create food for per
It's-
cast of it?
It's a lot. Let me find it myself. Why are my nephews being very loud?
45 pounds of food, 30 gallons, can sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours.
It's a 3rd level spell.
So 15 per caster. And that feeds
Which
for
would be less than in the hundreds, given the
It's
countryside.
it is not a solution. It is a
temporary.
temporary measure.
Didn't you say, Nikki, that there were kind of like a couple of million in just in the capital?
There is... Well, there's also trade, so that's not diminished. Technically, at the moment, you're going to have to start upping the trade coming in from the Nodrakius Empire and start including food for a while.
Yes, it's going to be a tax on the economy, basically.
A little bit.
But
the taxes that will be on are going to be less than what they were under the previous ruler. In retrospect.
yeah, but that's one of the immediate ideas. Is that getting casters to create emergency rations, because just to start stocking up, because there's already rations within the Empire. It's not like just because they're gone that our food is just going to suddenly stop and everybody goes hungry.
It's just the consistency and production currently just halted.
Yeah. And knowing nobles, I'm sure there are nobles within the capital that have their own grain storages.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So another decree would be something like that. The donation of some of their own storage would be nice. Stuff like that. But I doubt they'll give that without recompense.
Sorry. My brain was going somewhere. And I was thinking in my head and not talking. What is also next is rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rebuilding of towns and, well, mostly towns. The cities didn't get really hit that hard. Just a lot of towns did. And trading posts, but those those are that's don't worry about that right now.
We don't need to go into fine details and stuff like that. I know.
Nope.
Just to give you my immediate response, I don't know how much has been saved up in the royal coffers by the fucking queen that's been manipulating the king.
Oh, you killed them before she could empty it or have the knowledge to be able to do that beforehand.
Yeah, I just don't know how much she actually stored. Give me a rough ballpark. How much are we talking is actually stored in the coffers?
Roughly like 10,000 platinum, maybe more.
So 100,000 gold? That's a lot. I will admit I was expecting a lot more.
So also gotta remember, it's like
she has been embezzling it all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just say I'm surprised because I have like over 1,000 in my inventory myself.
Yeah.
Probably definitely dedicate a good maybe 2,000 to 3,000 into rebuilding. But
Good choice. That is a lot
Yeah.
to help rebuild, more than probably enough. Probably also help start up other economies as well as purchasing for crops and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna like when it comes to trade, I'm gonna dedicate another like 2,000 to like actually trade and stuff.
Yep.
Just to get that rolling. But it definitely the first 2,000 or so would definitely be good for starting up. Hell, the new frontier that was once
Also, the
furnished to land.
Gnome Drakius Empire doesn't care who rules the empire as long as they pay for the trade and continue to be allies.
Hmm.
They don't care
Right.
much for that. They just want weapons. They just want their shit tested and things bought.
Understandable. I guess one last thing to like the food problem.
Mhm.
I suppose like now that I have some connection, I would I guess reach out to Purnima and asks if she could send I don't know some druids that could help grow crops or something, because even she's got to be like, what the fuck? Where did all this land go?
It would be noticed.
I mean, she'd probably be happy, like, ooh, primordial land again. But what happened?
Where are you? You aren't the right one. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me grab the other one. That's the correct one? Yeah.
Oh, God.
You can talk with this folk about it. If you call out to Pronema, she will send Shumi.
Hello, Swimmy. Well, I admit our last meeting was probably not under the best of circumstances. This one is not the best either.
Hmm.
I understand what you feel for my family and such, but I would like to think that you, at least from this rough guess, that you care for people. Or care for the people or something. Or such.
I care about keeping a specific balance in check, and unfortunately, this nation you're taking over has been trampling that for quite some time.
Well, fair. Perhaps we could maybe start on the path that might set that right. But the reason I've reached out for Nemo, which she sent to you as their representative, I see. My nation faces a crisis. The von Lugarths, and more so Khan, have literally stolen, at least from my estimation, stolen a gigantic piece of land, and or at least all the modern buildings and such that were a part of it. Problem there is they were our main source of grown food, not through trade or such, but grown. And I would like to request, if at all possible, a few druids, as I understand that druids are quite adept in manipulating nature, as I've seen from my companion Biran. I was hoping that perhaps, in good faith, you might be able to send a few to help aid the not necessarily starving as of yet, but potentially soon to be starving population. I of
My
course don't.
help
Oh, go ahead.
is going to come with conditions.
I expected.
Your people will be taught how to properly tend to the land and how to make sure it does not corrupt itself due to overtaxation. In return, a small portion of land will be taken to establish a new grove in order to make sure that that balance is upkept.
Understandable. And I can agree with this. There is plenty of land where once the Von Lugarth's territory that is no longer taken. You can easily carve out a small or sizable portion for your grove. And I believe, let me look at the map. We can have it connecting to the Ironwill Forest itself if you wish.
I already have someone in mind taking over the grove. However, I'm a bit concerned about Von Lugart's sudden priorities as of late.
Who knows at this point? I don't even know where they are. I did try to fuck with them when they tried to leave. So I don't exactly know where they are, but I'm surprised they were able to move their entire territory. That's not just something you can do in a few days. Regardless, it seems we are in an agreement. Am I correct?
We are, though. I am not doing it for you.
I understand.
Did Biran ever return the crown, or did he just take off with it?
Took off with it.
God damn it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I can make my own.
I hope Biran likes getting a grove.
I knew it.
Am I getting a grove for?
You're a druid.
Sumi wants to force you into the position of the head of a grove, like a druid
I mean,
grove.
he has the option of it, but he is like the most experienced druid in this area.
And he also has experiences erecting shrines in order to give the land back its vigor.
Correct.
That's gonna be some convincing if Itchi is the one asking.
This sounds like Swoomy
It's more
talking to
likely
you about
Shumi
it.
will probably ask you to do it herself.
Exactly.
Just because, like, whatever you guys decide is your own nothing he says is gonna change that. Like, if you ask him for the crown, he will give it to you because he was the last one who had it. He just left and didn't. He already had the crown on him. He wasn't doing it out of spite. He just had it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he doesn't. His vision of Itchi has not changed. While he does acknowledge them as a companion, he does not trust them as a ruler.
Sure.
So he will have to be convinced, but it's not. I'd say it's not entirely off the table. This is just off of campaign experience.
Oh, entirely understandable.
On that note, Alencia will again reaffirm her stance that she will help Itchi and occasionally advise her some things in the meanwhile during her rule, and if she ever does something that she disagrees with, it might be off the table by then.
Is something being done on Twitch? Oh. Somebody
It's one of those
being
bots.
dubbed. Best viewers on at okay.
My ass. That's where you can find your best viewers.
Yeah.
Goodbye for 1 million seconds.
Don't.
Bots can't read and go master.
Mm.
Bots cannot read. They are computer.
AI can. There's a AI that outsmarted a CAPTCHA because it didn't want to be found out it was a robot. So it said, I have a condition that won't let me read the CAPTCHA.
Well then.
They're outwitting us.
I mean, I don't know if you want, but do
Yeah.
you two want to have that conversation now? I mean, like, we've still got, like, a lot of session time, I think.
I mean, I've only got like 19 minutes because I have,
This can
you know, daylight savings didn't change my pre-existing plans.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Anything else, Nikki? I mean, like,
Lunavale is gonna stay in neutral territory, but they will be an ally.
I was gonna offer something like that because, you know, with Rakan and Charles out there, they're clearly potentially a threat that might try to strike back at Lunavale. So it's like for Navarre's betrayal quotations.
And she'll be training adventurers to. That is actually one thing that she will want. She will ask that if anybody in the kingdom wants to be things like researchers or things like that, they can come to Lunavale to train as well as learn a bit and come back anytime. But it's open to that. Oh my god, it is boiling hot in my room.
I cold.
Oh. My heater is blowing down the back of my neck and my hair is in the way, so it's just heating up my hair. And
Really, you got
Fair.
dark
oven in
hair.
my neck. I'm wearing like a tank top and it's still hot.
I'm cold.
Oh, there's no airflow in my room because my sound panels cover my door, including the bottom part where airflow usually goes.
So I don't know. Can you pull up like the map of the Scalect Dominion? Or whatever map that is. Or is it just titled the map? It is just the map.
Is it?
I'm on it.
Oh yeah, that would be the map.
Because I've also got the map that shows like all the different like spreading of territory in the one tab. I don't know if you need me to like talk about. Like, I don't know what else you need to talk about. But like in terms of divvying up land, it's probably the next topic.
Technically, the territory spreads into the Dragonkeep Bay area. That's technically part of territory, but it's also abandoned, and that's actually where. That's where. Ulla will be going.
Oh, Ulla had a. I wanted to ask something on you about Ulla before Biran and Alencia log out for the night.
Yep.
I just want to know if they'd help Ulla with her quest of vengeance.
So part of this map, this part of the map's wrong.
That's a tricky thing because it's technically going against what she wants to do, you know, idealistically, but
I mean, I kind of figured, but I thought it wouldn't be harm any asking. If she wouldn't agree, then Ulla probably wouldn't. If Alencia wouldn't agree, then Ulla probably wouldn't even ask her, just out of respect for her.
it depends on when you ask her, and also if she does go with you, it's to protect you and not to aid in an assassination.
Alright, she wouldn't make Alencia kill stuff. If anything, she wouldn't want Alencia to stop her from killing the guy that literally ruined her entire life. So
Right. And this is also a long-term thing, but if she helps you with this, then you need to help eventually help Alencia with being an aunt to her soon-to-be child.
wait, what? Alencia's having a baby? When did
pretty
this
positive, yeah.
happen?
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, of course, if Alencia asked her that, she would say yes. She may be like an angry, vengeful dragon lady, but she is family oriented, so.
Yeah, I mean, the honeymoon was crazy.
What honeymoon? Was there time for a honeymoon?
I think I rolled for that
Small
stuff
one.
too.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Ulla would gladly help with that. Just she needs to get her vengeance first so she could stop thinking about it.
Mhm.
So there was, let's see, there was the other people that promises were made. I know the
One of them
promise
was taken care of.
yeah, I ratted their ass out because
The Gith Yankee family. Or Gith Yankee. Yeah, Gith Yankee. That was the family that had the garrison, or one of the sons of family.
I thought Nazarian or something along the lines of that had one.
Mm-hmm. That too.
Don't necessarily know if Itchi can necessarily trust the Gith Yankee at the moment, or Gith Sarai, whatever.
Understandable.
Especially after what was revealed.
They are just a soldier after all.
There was I'm pretty sure he was an Asvarian that was promised territory after all this.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, let's see. Well, Dragon Keep Bay needs to be taken back anyway. If he's willing to help Ulla, get her revenge and clear that out, I would say Itchi is willing to give him that territory. It might be a bit run down, but it's a fortress. At least by the look of the map.
Yep. And it has multiple buildings, but it's a garrison.
So he'll, at least, Itchi will make the joke that it might feel like home, but because he's a soldier.
Fair enough.
The territory of the Basilisk Estate is practically
Icenground Vale
Rome.
and the estate there don't exist. They're gone. Let's
I
pretend
think
they don't exist on the map right now.
I know. The idea there, besides wherever the Druids want to put their grove, which I would assume they might want to put it close to the Iron Will Forest, this territory is being given back to the Basilisk family.
It would most likely be somewhere near the Von Lugarth territory.
Yeah. So there will be a bit, sectioned off for you guys. Down here, is this Dominion land, or is this just free land?
This land is filled with the most garrisons. It's to protect you from the Deadlands.
Okay.
It is mostly soldiers running around in this territory, and Sisk.
Yeah, Sisk. Which some of the
I should probably
territories
mark where she really technically is. She's technically right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her land basically stretches like that.
Well, the Lacentras are going to get moved anyway.
Yeah, they're probably going to be like here. Which also...
I was gonna move them more this way because I was gonna give them part of the Von Chadra's territory.
And then
as a recompense.
Yeah, the area down here doesn't really need to be touched that much because it's just protection.
Was there anybody else that promises were made to?
Bookkeeper was taken care of.
The Asvarian soldier that was at the garrison that we talked to, if he helps Ulla, with this, he can keep the territory.
Yep. There are a few nobles that don't really want land. They just want positions of, not so much power, but just positions in governmental things. Whether that be...
I get what you're meaning, like Minister of Finance, stuff like that.
Yep.
Perhaps someone to get on the council.
Mm-hmm. That will come next
Um,
session, because I gotta make a bunch of... well, yeah, I know I have to make a bunch of tokens and stuff, and get that
I don't
ready.
know if I'm being honest, I don't know if are we going to have a next session? Because I feel like this is a point for the campaign to be over.
Yeah, technically, this is a ending.
And the party is kind of going their separate ways for the most part.
Yeah, I just still
It might be a prologue, or
It's a
what's it
prologue.
called?
Epilogue.
Epilogue?
Epilogue, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I just, yeah, those, basically the nobles, they'll just need positions.
Yeah. If there was nobody else we made promises to, the territory of the two capitals is going to get made into one territory.
Okay. Combining the capitals.
Because Itchi is going to be separating herself from her family distinctly.
Yeah.
They're still family, but she will not keep the name for good reasons.
Fair.
And anything else? Because I can't think of anything else at the moment. Let's see. I made a deal with the Lacentros, which has gone through. I made a deal, not with Sis, but I'm keeping to the deal that was originally struck. Is there anybody else? I guess I would have to figure out the Von Chandra territory, because don't necessarily know if I want to give it to their children. I mean, their children know no better, but at the same time, it's like you don't necessarily want to take an apple from a rotted field.
Could always give it to the black sheep that killed the parents.
The what?
You could give it to the daughter that's been estranged from the family for many years. Technically, she has connections to Lunavale.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't even know if they would want it.
Oh, probably not really, but at the same time, they probably will want their siblings.
Yeah.
But I'll ask them, because it's been a while. Oh, speaking of which, hey, where did they go? Oh, wait. Hell yeah. Ooh.
I think it is. This is stuff I can talk to you like after session at this point. I think this is. Yeah, I think this is stuff I can just talk to you after session. We don't need to get into the hard details on stream and stuff like that.
Yep, that's fair.
Anybody else have anything like last minute things they want to say or do?
Nope.
Well, laid out my plans pretty clearly.
I'm good. I think I said everything that Hub would do.
Alright.
Alright.
I want to thank you all, players, joining us in this wonderful campaign. I thank you all.
Thank you for damning.
playing.
Mhm.
Very. I would say part of it was very spirally, but that's okay. Things happen.
Mm.
But you guys did still accomplish the goals in the end.
Yep.
I very much enjoyed playing.
Took what, 2+ years?
Yeah.
And
I think in April it would have been 3 years.
It's my first ever campaign with Nikki.
Same.
Same.
It's my second.
technically second, but definitely first full length one. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
a great run.
It's been a great ride. It's been like
I
2.5
liked
years.
where Alencia ended up. I'm glad of her growth. I had another campaign with her. I played her in it, and she just turned into a very snarky, just full of it. Like, because the people in their party were so irritating that she just became the wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
That
another
died.
timeline, she became a very angry mother.
The mom.
Yeah, essentially,
The mom weed.
just full of it. Oh
Yeah.
man,
The angry babysitter that didn't want the job.
Mhm.
I'll miss
that's
Hob.
to remind them not to
so
give her
good.
hobo.
You're funny that you send me that warlock meme. Because even though your character's a paladin, that happened to you. Anyways,
It's not a
thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the Scalect Civil War and the end of Scalect Civil War. Scalect Dominion, or whatever you are gonna call it.
Mhm.
That, or if you go back to the Oros Dynasty, up to you. We'll do that in post. But I want to thank you all for joining us for today, for the sessions, the final one, and I hope you guys have a good one. Wow, now my Sundays are gonna be free for a little while. Well, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
We are not super duper far from our goal of another campaign. Specifically, Sinner's Respite. We're actually just 2 subs away, so it'll probably happen sometime next month.
Sinners Respite. Wasn't that the Dungeons and Destiny one? Or was that something else?
No, the dungeons. No. Was it?
I think it was.
I thought of it as something else. And Reed's just gift subs. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh shit! Thanks, Rains.
You made a 3rd level hype train. Ayo.
Hey yo.
Wow.
Well, thank you, friends.
Thank you, Reeds.
I thought might as well. It's been a great run. I've been enjoying Hob very much.
Yeah. I think I don't know for everybody, but I think each and every one of us had a fun time despite the
Oh, I
ups
got my
and
fucking
downs.
massive. Well. Well, thank you. Alright, sadly I gotta dip.
Yep. See you, Sev.
Bye bye.
See you, Sev.
Bye.
Take care.
I shall head off as well.
Bye, Nooya.
See you,
Also,
Nooya.
thank you
It
so
was
much.
fun.
I will set up.
Oh.
I have to set up for that next campaign anyway. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.